Welcome everyone. This is a video explaining the isolated muscle activation of posterior deltoid. So deltoid is this shoulder muscle. A lot of people, when they talk about their shoulder, they're referring to their deltoid. The shoulder is really the girdle of all the scapula and all these muscles, but the deltoid is easily divided into these three bundles: the front, anterior, middle, medial, and back, the posterior. The posterior deltoid is often undeveloped in people, relatively, and it's usually asymmetric because of our lifestyle with using a mouse on one side of a computer and driving and writing. That will rotate the shoulder girdle to the side that is more developed usually, and that creates all kinds of complications in the neck, the torso, and so on. So we're focusing on the posterior bundle, and if we notice the attachments up here, there's an arm bone attachment, but it also goes across the outside of the collarbone and then around what's known as the spine of the scapula. So it's the whole deltoid is wrapping around like this, but if I find this ridge that runs the length of my shoulder blade, that's called the spine of the scapula. So if I follow that towards the shoulder, so I get near the shoulder, the spine that's near the shoulder joint, and then I go on the underside of it, the inferior side of it. Right there is the attachment for post-del. So I know that location. To do the engagement, I'll lay on my back with my arm, elbow at shoulder height. It's more difficult the lower you are, but if you have shoulder pain, you can go lower. Otherwise, shoulder level. The wrist and fingers are limp, and I take the wrist a little bit behind, so it's a little bit behind the elbow. Now the action and force of the arm will be down and into the ground. So I'm looking for the attachment here. Once I find that location, then maybe I can move the finger. It's very difficult to engage only the posterior part of the muscle, not the rest, but that's kind of the aim of where we're going for. More repetitions will clarify. In the beginning, it might be a to try and find it. Once you find it, continually reduce the effort until maybe eventually you lose the engagement, and then you need to increase more. And it's this constant calibration of do less to whittle away what I'm not wanting to engage, and do just enough so that I am engaging what I want. And switch sides often. Ideally, once you find the engagement, you do the same number of repetitions to both sides. Thanks. Namaste.